Alright. Right. Since there hasn't been much in the way of news and all of a sudden things have started flooding through, I thought, why not get a little bit of a quick run of a possible Scrum news? So I'm going to do one now. Now, again, apologies, I'm not going to be looking at you all the time because I am going to be reading on the computer screen because there's a couple of bits on here that I'm looking at as well. Now, first of all, I'm going to start off now. It is rugby related, which is going to be on Union at the moment. Now, the rugby union lot are looking to resume what is left of their season in July. And it looks like they are looking for the weekend of the 3rd and the 5th of July. So it's the Friday, the Saturday and the Sunday, or whatever that works out at. Now, that's a little bit, because I was thinking more it was going to be end of May into June. But then again, with it being this country, you never bloody know how that's going to work out. But they seem to be planning for that. Now, also on the other side of the world, with League in NRL, they're actually looking at resuming theirs by the 28th of May. Now, that was what I was thinking. It was going to be the last weekend in May or the first weekend of June. So that's where I was thinking, not rather than the July idea with Union. But then again, you never can tell sometimes how it's all going to work. Now, where would you like it to be? Would you guys rather it be in end of May, in June, or play it safe and go to July? Now, there was also a little thing that I spotted earlier on as well. I think someone else had posted up somewhere, or it had been floating about in the news. I've noticed it somewhere on other media outlets, that the guys running the league are looking at possibly stopping or postponing or even cancelling the reserves league for the remainder of the season, with a few bits and pieces like that. Now, I had read somewhere that about that 3 games a week thing. I just think that's a load of horse shit. That's never going to work because the players are going to be far too gassed. There's going to be no way on earth that we're going to have enough players. Even the teams that have the biggest squad depth, they're probably not even going to have the manpower in there to be able to sustain that. There needs to be recovery time between it. You can't just go bang, 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 and just like expect the lads to just go, because they're not. They're going to go off. They're not going to want it. Yeah, they want to play, but forcing them to do that isn't going to work. Possibly the 2 games a week rare would be workable in some circumstances, but the 1 a week is about fine. If we can find a way of condensing it so that we can get it on a decent scale, where it might roll 1 every 5 days or 1 every 4 days. If it works on safety grounds, then why not do it? The idea of it being behind closed doors in some cases as well puzzles me at times, because I don't know what's going on with some of these guys. I like the idea of it being behind closed doors, but for the safety reason, because there is still going to be a mess of this. But looking back at previous times when there's been massive outbreaks of a virus or a disease, it's lived around for 3-4 years. So we're just going to have to deal with this. Now, because this is the first year of this big outbreak, we are going to have to look out for it and look after each other. But maybe we have restricted numbers in the crowd. Again, I don't like that idea, but hey, if it means that we get live action, albeit, but those of us that don't have Sky, so those of us that don't have the big pay TV package, you're going to have to stream it somewhere, and you're going to have to put it free to air, stick it online, stream it yourself. Hell, I don't mind sitting in a press booth and looking behind a camera and streaming it and just sitting there all day. I ain't me to do it. All jokes aside, I wouldn't, I'd be bored. Watching the game and doing it for you guys and vlogging it is fun. Watching the game there, again, is fun because I can actually sit and have a beer. When you're doing that and you're actually a broadcaster or you're in charge of the streaming equipment, you can't sit there and have a beer. You're more worried about checking your signal strength, checking that you're getting the right angles, making sure your cameras are all set up correctly. If a camera does get knocked over by a bit of play, you've got to get someone to go move it. If one of your mics goes off, you've got to make sure that you've got other cover mics to be able to work it. It is difficult. Now, at some point in the future, I might do a live stream somewhere, whether I do it on Facebook, whether I do it over here, whether I do it in a group that I'm in, I don't know. But there is going to be some Q&A somewhere. So I might just record 2 different sections of it, and have one section that goes up direct straight on to YouTube, and another one that I do elsewhere, that I do on another social media, just because there's a few little bits and pieces that I want to get put forward. My main one is always going to be that difference between football and rugby football. Now, as you all know, I do like a bit of a beer. Now, being able to actually sit in the ground and have a beer is fucking wonderful, because I don't have to worry about anything. Plus, a lot of the time, some people that go to rugby are the same people that would go to the football, and they feel the same way. Why should the majority have to suffer because of that 1 or 2 morons that cannot hold their beer? Just to pose it to you all. But like I've said a couple of times as well in the past, what's your ideas on where you want it down? Now, bang it down in the comments down below. Now, everything else is there for the setups for different things. So there's always going to be something going on with this. Now, we all know it. Now, all of the NRL clubs, yes, are looking at that start in the 28th of May, which that possibly could come in, I don't know. But again, that's only... so they were halted after 2 rounds. We were halted after 7. So theirs was a bit very, very, very early. So they could easily drop and suspend theirs. We've got a lot more to go through, because I also did notice as well that the Magic Weekends in Newcastle is postponed for now until we know when we're starting up. Now I'm just going to pause you guys a minute while I just see if there is any other news. I couldn't find any other news, so the only bits I could find out was about the Magic Weekend, basically because with it being postponed because of the virus. Which was supposed to be on the 23rd or 24th of May. Now, that was one of my possible ideas actually where it could start up again. Would be that weekend or the following weekend. So it would be there. But I can't... There's nothing that I can actually see in there about it anyway. About any other dates. I can't see anything online about the possibility of where there's any possible dates for our league to kick off again. No, I'm just going to keep reiterating with everyone. Just always stay safe. Keep yourself as clean as possible. Always look after each other. Now, yeah, there's always the main thing. You know, sport is a wonderful thing because it always distracts you from the hell that is reality. It takes you away from everything for a while. But sometimes there are mysterious factors out there. And this being one that has made quite a mess of people's lives. Now, with these restrictions that are going on, I go to Asda, Walmart quite a lot because I use that as my daily or whatever walk, because as you can see, the room is a mess. So doing this is basically part of my exercise at the moment. So I do get quite a bit of exercise out of running up and down ladders, stripping the paper off. Yeah, there is the backing paper on here at the moment, but these are all going to be wetted down and stripped. And then most of the walls are going to be painted, but hey, that's going to wait a while because I've got to order the paper and order the paint. I'll start the prep work now, because no doubt, being a council house, there's going to be issues with walls. Those of you who live in certain council houses will know the walls are absolute shite sometimes, depending on the quality of the plasterwork and if the previous tenants left you any holes, as you can see the white spots. There was like brackets and God knows what else in these walls for a while, but hey, we'll take it out. But I can't see out there. There's nothing else that I can see there. Now, in one of the previous videos, I did give you a bit of a mini view of the room. I don't think my parents would be happy if I did a house review and walked you around the house and showed you any of the house. But hey, so like I have said once or twice before, bang your comments down below, smash that like. If you haven't subbed up, bang in those subs. Come on, we always want some subs. Eventually there is going to be more information going on, but I'll leave it at that. And that's me. So I'm going to nick something from one of my mates to one of my idols in the furry fandom, to the Ranting Griffin. That's all I got to say about that. Peace!